Okay, can I have your attention? Here I am talking you research practices on democratic activities and citizenry rights. It is one of the content area included in the course module, enhancement of active citizenship and democratic values under Unit 2. In this video, audio text, you get ideas on research, some research practices, and we also explore research potentials related to democratic activities and active citizenry rights. So I need your attention, and you will also go through several other texts for developing your strength, developing your competencies and ideas on research practices and democratic activities and the citizenry rights. So here you see two books related to research methodology. If we really want to be a researcher, we must have methodological backup. And we develop this sort of methodological backup by reading. Reading a lot. Reading the books related to the research methodology for the research. One is research design. Different types of research designs have been discussed in this book by John W. Creswell and J. David Creswell. Qualitative, quantitative, and mixed methods approaches, because we use qualitative, quantitative, and mixed method approaches in the evaluation of intervention program, or even in the assessment of the performance of active citizens and democratic individuals. And the second one is here, research in education. It is also really useful. What issues are doable, researchable in education, and what methodology should we have to employ while undertaking research in education. So you go through these two volumes and develop preliminary ideas on research, research process, research procedures, research tools, techniques, and activities. Okay. I would like to start with research and its importance. Let's see the word research. Here you find the combination of two words. Re means again, repeat, search, look for, inquire for, try to find out. So research means finding something new, finding something relevant, or an inquiry upon what, how, why, and what should be. Research is an investigation, examination, or inquiry. It requires careful planning, organizing, and ethical consideration. Research is a systematic process. In doing research, we make careful analysis of data. We attempt to make sound interpretations and draw conclusions on the basis of evidence and inferences being made. Similarly, research simply means trying to find answers to questions. So research is a scholarly practice. In such a scholarly practice, we try to find out the answer of the questions. It is an activity every one of us does all the time. We are educators, we are teacher educators, and in the present, the teacher educators should be the researchers. They should explore. They should aid in the existing knowledge base. So all of us does all the time to learn more about the world around us. Research basically consists of three steps. The most basic one, three steps. pose a question. We begin research with a question, what we call research question. We collect data to answer the question. A research question is not simply the question, it is a research problem, and we collect data to answer the question. We collect data to address that research problem. We present an answer to the question, right? We present an answer by collecting data, drawing inferences, drawing conclusion. We present an answer to the question. So these are the three fundamental steps: pose question, collect data, and present answer. Research aids to our knowledge. Research improves our practice, and research informs what is happening. So research is always rewarding in the sense that it aids our knowledge, improves practice, and informs what is importance of research. Though it is quite difficult to delimit the importance of research within few points. However, research is particularly important to identify the potential and new knowledge, potential areas, and new knowledge. It is important to understand existing situation. It describes the existing situation. Research is important to set pragmatic goals. I mean to say, we establish some aims or objectives out of doing research to which to be applicable. Research is important to develop productive strategies. Research itself is exploration, and we explore some strategies, and that strategies could be productive enough. Research is significant. Research has significance in addressing the challenges. Research helps us to identify new opportunities. We discuss, we analyze, we synthesize, and we explore some new opportunities. Research is also required to validate and or expand the knowledge base. And research is equally important to address or solve the problem. So these are the general points. These are the points that show the importance or value of research in general. And now I discuss you importance of research practice in democratic values and active citizenship. How research contributes in the area of developing democratic values and active citizenship. Why should we embed research in our course module or in our concern here enhancement of democratic values and active citizenship? I discuss you a few points. Okay, some significant points related to the importance of research are to explore the cases of incidents happened in the absence of democratic values and active citizenship. So it is important to explore democratic value, explore active citizenship, explore practices, okay, explore its role, explore benefits, explore drawbacks, like that. Second one is to examine, out of doing research, out of undertaking research, we examine the practice of democratic values and active citizenship as it exists in different societies. Okay, we examine how democratic values are exercised. We examine what active citizens are doing in their societies, like this. And it is also important to explain the value or importance of democratic values and active citizenship to ensure civic rights and extend social services. Undertaking research, we will be able to explain the value. We will be able to explain the importance to ensure civic rights and extend social service. Similarly, to find out the factors affecting in harnessing democratic values and active citizenship, to discuss the roles of democratic values and active citizenship in bringing accountable changes. By doing research, we can discuss the roles of democratic values and active citizenship, particularly in bringing accountable changes for socio-economic, structural, cultural, and political changes. So we could examine structural, cultural, and political changes that have been made possible by the active practice of democratic values and citizenship. Similarly, to discuss the contribution of yeah, to discuss the contribution of active citizenship in sharing transformations in the society, to explicate the root causes that impede the youth developing social and ethical values as well as active values and citizenry skills. We can, explore some more researchable issues. I mean to say, research is important in the area of active citizenship and democratic values to find out, to contribute, to examine, to support, to aid, to validate, and to refine the ideas. Now I present a brief account of recent research practices in democratic values and active citizenship. What are the recent research practices? And these recent research practices enable us or help us to select our research area, to make researchable issue, to contribute in research, to explore more in research. Okay, here we examine some recent research practices in the domain of democratic values and active citizenship. We come to see several research works. Of course, if we go through the literature, you can see some research literature and you find out several research works based on the themes like selection processes employed for the selection of representatives, civic engagement, political participation, protection of citizenry rights. These are just a few examples. Okay, one of the areas in recent research under the domain is the selection of people's representative. We study the selection procedures, the selection norms, the participation of people in the selection. Got it? One of the areas in research under the domain is the selection of people's representative in different units of the government. Okay? Recent research has introduced the topics such as electoral integrity, voter turnout, the impact of new technologies on elections. Similarly, we can study on the concerns about privacy, and study concerns about the privacy, misinformation, and the potential manipulation of public opinion in the election system. Because election is an integral part of democracy, we can study on how people take election is absolutely essential or just a burden. Are they satisfied with the election process? What do they view for the selection of their representatives? Okay. The next potential of research in the domain enhancement of active citizenship and democratic values is civic engagement, people's participation in different forms of activities, for example, political participation, civic engagement and political participation. For example, research on civic engagement explores the ways citizens participate in the democratic process, the ways citizens participate in the democratic process beyond voting. Recent studies highlight the role of social media. Particularly, we come to see that recent studies highlight the role of social media in shaping political opinions, the impact of grassroots movement on policy decisions, policy formulations, and the barriers, difficulties to effective civic engagement. In the same way, the next area, if we look at the recent research practices in active citizenship and democratic values, of course, we come to see that The next one is protection of citizenry rights. Research works in this area have examined the issues such as freedom of speech, access to information, and the safeguarding of minority rights, preserving, promoting the minority rights. Some who are here, recent studies, they have addressed the challenges. Similarly, we see the studies have addressed the challenges posed by digital surveillance. For example, we see you are under the surveillance of CC camera, and people sometimes they may feel that they are under restricted area. They may lose the beauty of their freedom because of the challenges posed by digital surveillance, online censorship, and the balance between national security and individual liberties. In the same way, the research trends have also touched. They have also included the areas of global perspectives on democratic practices. It means how democracy is put into the practice in different countries. We come to see some cross-national studies which have provided valuable insights into the variations in democratic practices around the world. Likewise, we find some comparative research works. We find some comparative research works that explore the impact of cultural, economic, and historical factors on the functioning of democracies. The attempts made for developing active citizenship, barriers caused via collective effort or joint activities, programs for the promotion of active citizenship and democratic values, like this. So equally at present, the researchers are increasingly examining the role of international organizations in promoting democratic norms and human. Another important research area in active citizenship and democratic value. In this area, in the domain is about challenges and emerging trends in the education for a democracy and active involvement of the civic society. We come to see several research works. This concern challenges and emerging trends in the education for democracy and active involvement of the civic society. Some topics like the rise of populism, the spirit of disinformation. These days we find the spirit of disinformation. Sometimes we often receive the email that we have won the lottery, but fake image. They may violate and they may provoke for unnecessary activities which can distort the active citizenry skills. Okay? So some topics like the rise of populism, spread of disinformation, and the evolving nature of cyber threats. Threats posed have been emerged. The new researchers are exploring innovative methodologies, including big data analysis, taking computerized data, taking large-scale survey, taking the support of statistics, and following interdisciplinary approach, taking insights from psychology, sociology, anthropology, culture, humanities, language, like this, to adapt to these challenges and provide timely insights. However, research practices in democratic system and active citizenship, these are dynamic. Dynamic means ever changing. They are evolving, dynamic and evolving to address the complexities of modern democracies. And we need to take care of interdisciplinary collaboration. Research is a collaborative job. It means research takes quite a long time, and in collaboration we feel comfortable and we can get a lot of supports if we work together. We need to take care of interdisciplinary collaboration, ethical considerations, and a commitment to inclusivity for advancing our understanding of democratic process and ensuring the protection of citizenry rights. And it is possible through research. So research is a platform. Research is a site where we keep ourselves in the contestation of meaning making. Some possible research problems or topic. Yeah, I would like to suggest you to study, to carry out the research. Some topics which are highly researchable, or I mean to say, we can carry out research works when we concern with active citizenship and democratic values. For example, we can study people's participation, public accountability, how responsible the public are, how aware they are they functioning as expected or something different. Social auditing. Social auditing means check and balance of the activities, decision making process, impact of social media in developing active democratic values. These are some proposed research problems. Okay, political opinions and citizens mobilization, citizens engagement, misinformation, wrong information, and its impact, its influence on democratic processes, attempts made for protecting citizenry rights, several attempts made for protecting citizenry rights, attempts made for preserving freedom of expressions, made for preserving freedom of expression, security and integrity in voting system. Often we hear the news of insecure, disintegrated practices, quality in voting system. We study the potential benefits and risk in active democratic state, inclusivity and accessibility of civic rights in civil services, different government services. Similarly, attempts made for promoting active engagement, strategies to connect citizens with policymakers, and facilitating public discourse, identifying barriers, causes in social inclusion, implications of active values, protection of minority rights, study of legal and institutional frameworks for protecting minority rights in democratic societies, impact of constitutional provisions, okay, impact of constitutional provisions in civic learning, study of successful and unsuccessful attempts, studying successful and unsuccessful attempts to address marginalized communities in the mainstream politics, freedom of the press and media pluralism, studying freedom of the press and media pluralism, state of public media democratic societies, study on the freedom of the press. We find plenty of concerns, plenty of problems for taking research. Similarly, the role of journalism in protecting citizenry rights, global democracy and international organizations, influence of international organizations in promoting democratic values, challenges faced by emerging democracies in governance. Some other areas could be like this: role of transnational actors. Here, transnational actors means the social activists, political critics, the people who are working for different nations, being an ambassador or being a campaigner. Role of transnational actors in shaping democratic norms, ethical implications of government surveillance and citizenry rights, impact of technologies and privacy in democratic society, the rise of populist movement, their impact on democratic institutions. We can study the role of populist leaders. So these days we could see many different populist leaders who have raised the voices of common people. Role of populist leaders in undermining democratic norms. Often they undermine democratic norms and principles. Strategies employed to ensure freedom of speech. Similarly, study democratic values in the face of instability or transition. Democratic values in the face of instability or transition. This is also research area. So here you come to see different research topics, researchable issues based on the theme of active citizenship and democratic values. So to sum up, research is ongoing practice. Research is a must. It is a scholarly job and has a relevance in knowledge contribution. Research practices in the domains of democracy and active citizenship, they have been emerged along with significant development and the changes in political system and the technological advancement. It is the time of technology. We see the positive outlets of technological advancement. The research has extensively explored the impact of digital technologies on democratic activities. This research work, they have focused on social media's role in shaping potential opinions. Similarly, the researchers, they have examined the security, examined accessibility and integrity of political systems. Okay, integrity of political systems, addressing concerns related to potential vulnerabilities. Yeah, vulnerabilities means the people who are in difficult conditions, maybe because of poverty, maybe because of excess, maybe because of natural calamity, and their impact on citizen trust. The research practices undertaken in the domains of democracy and active citizenship underscore the multifaceted nature of the issues. It means the issues, researchable issues in active citizenship and democratic, they are multifaceted. So we can focus any of these issues and contribute it. Okay, so you open your mind and write history of success. I mean to say that you can choose a topic and do research. The trainer should engage the trainee in research practices. The teacher educators should highlight the value of doing research and share practical skills and concepts undertaking research. Okay, so this is all about research in active citizenship and democratic values. For the reference, you can go through the handbook and research methodology book and the importance of research in democratic values and active citizenship textbook available in Libzone, available in libraries and the others. Okay, you take just these ideas is the basic foundational ideas, and for more detail you need to go through several other books, articles, journals. Okay, thank you.